Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, welcome to our program. Inshallah ta'ala, in this episode we will be talking about the life and achievements of Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, who the scholars have called him Shaykhul Islam. Okay? So we are talking about Shaykhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala. Ibn Taymiyyah, his family was known as Ibn Taymiyyah as well. The family of Ibn Taymiyyah, for example, his grandfather was called Ibn Taymiyyah, his great-grandfather was called Ibn Taymiyyah. So they were known as Ibn Taymiyyah. Okay? Now his name was Ahmad. His name was Ahmad. His kunya was Abul Abbas, which Ibn Taymiyyah himself chose. But later on he was recognized because of the popular name that the family was known by, Ibn Taymiyyah. That's why they called him Shaykhul Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala. His family was the family of knowledge. This family, the family of knowledge, because mashallah, Ibn Taymiyyah's father, okay, Shihabuddin, okay, Abdul Halim, he was also a scholar. His grandfather, okay, Majduddin Ibn Taymiyyah, he was also a scholar. Subhanallah, they were in the Hanbali fiqh. They memorized, they were, his grandfather I'm talking about, he was a mujtahid. The scholar said that he's a mujtahid. Mujtahid basically means that, if you need any matter to be solved in fiqh, and you need masla masail that we say in our language, and you want to find out the details, okay, and something that is not mentioned, this scholar here, Majduddin, subhanallah, he will derive from all these books and he will give you an opinion. Like, he's more than a mufti, to be honest with you. This was his grandfather. So this is, and he had a photographic memory as well. Very sharp memory. Then we're talking about his father, Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim, okay, he was known Shihabuddin, father of Ibn Taymiyyah, we're talking about. He was also a very knowledgeable scholar as well. This family actually comes from Harran. Harran is in Iraq. But the Tatar, we say in Arabic, or Tatar in English they say, they decided to attack Baghdad and they destroyed Baghdad. Ibn Taymiyyah was born 6 years after that. And then, in other places like, for example, Sham was going through a very difficult time as well at that time. To get away from Tatar, Ibn Taymiyyah's family, they came to Syria. They came to Syria, to be precise, they came to the capital, Damascus. When they came to Damascus, people know this family, the family of knowledge. Everyone, the father, the grandfather, the mother, everyone, the people of knowledge, they respected this family and they looked after this family. Then Imam Ibn Taymiyyah's father, okay, Abdul Halim, Sheikh Abdul Halim, okay, Shihabuddin, he was appointed to be a lecturer in the very famous masjid called Jami' Masjid, Masjid al-Jami', or known as Umayyad Masjid, al-Masjid al-Umawi. He was appointed to be the lecturer there and he used to have his dars there. When he used to give dars, it was different dars, different way of giving, because normally people, they sit down with the book and they go over, they read the text, then they explain. This Sheikh used to sit down, his father, Ibn Taymiyyah's father, he used to sit down without a book. Without a book, he used to sit down and he is quoting so many different books from his memory. He's not showing off. This is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed him with. Okay? And this young Ibn Taymiyyah, we're talking about Ahmad, used to be there in the gathering, learning from his father. Okay? In fact, before he could reach the age of 7, we're talking about Ibn Taymiyyah, he memorized the Quran. Okay? And like his father, Allah blessed him with a photographic memory. So grandfather's got good memory, the father's got good memory. But when the scholar, when they write biography, they said Ibn Taymiyyah's memory was better than both of them. Subhanallah. Better than both of them. If Ibn Taymiyyah reads something, he would not forget. Okay, this is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed Ibn Taymiyyah with. Now, what's important to mention here is that when his father was also a hadith teacher as well in a madrasa. Okay, when his father passed away, Ibn Taymiyyah rahmatullahi alayh was told that he will be now teaching the hadith. So Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, he grew up young, he was very young, subhanallah, and he was already memorized the Quran. He was also memorized, many other books as well. Yeah, Ibn Taymiyyah, he decided to memorize Bukhari and Muslim. That's when it comes to hadith book, he memorized Bukhari and Muslim. Or it's a book called Al-Jam'u Bayna Sahihain by Imam Al-Humaydi. He memorized this, Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala. Ibn Taymiyyah was 22 when his father passed away, and he was appointed to be the teacher of hadith in the same madrasa that his father was teaching. Now, not many people knows about Ibn Taymiyyah because everyone knows the family of Ibn Taymiyyah. But when he was appointed to be the hadith teacher and he was giving his dars, people started to listen to Ibn Taymiyyah. They loved the way he reads, they loved the way he explains things, they loved the way he narrates things. Suddenly in the whole of Damascus, everyone is talking about this new man in town called Ibn Taymiyyah. But he was tested, okay, and everyone get tested sometime as well. A fatwa came from outside the city of Damascus, and the city was known as Hama. Okay, that fatwa came. He was asking about, to explain the sifat of Allah. Ar-Rahmanu ala al-arsh istawa, or the Quran says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Yadullah, the hand of Allah. Those kind of verses, they wanted a translation. What is the correct view of our pious predecessors according to you, O Ibn Taymiyyah, in this matter? Ibn Taymiyyah, he could have write a very short answer, or he could have tell someone else to write, but he decided to give a very lengthy answer. In that lengthy answer, he gave so many opinions, okay, and he basically dismantled the arguments of so many other opinions, and he gave one opinion which he wanted to make it to be the only opinion. So he says, and I'm trying to paraphrase what he said. He said that basically, when it comes to the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then we believe the way it is. Okay? So for example, when Allah says Yadullah, he says that there's no need to interpret this differently. Hand of Allah, we will say the same. Okay? But this is the meaning that we know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided to use that verse, okay, in that manner. So we will exactly say, we're not going to do no ta'wil, we're not going to do no ta'til, okay, we're not going to, at the same time he also said, which is important to mention, that but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's hand is not like the hand of any creation. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ, because Allah said, nothing is unlike to Allah, nothing is like Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ, nothing is like Allah Azza wa Jal. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does have a hand, the way it is appropriate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, okay, but he says that this is how you're supposed to translate. Not when people do ta'wil and they interpret it differently. And then his arguments, he was quite strong, to be honest with you, and he was quite lengthy, okay, where it seemed that he's criticizing all the existing people of the town. So some of the scholars, they did not like this. And they basically took this fatwa, etc., and they went to the wazir, they went to the ruler, they went to the mufti of the town, and various scholars, they got together. They said that he shouldn't be talking like that. He's criticizing us. He's condemning the way we speak. Okay, the way our books has been written, this like that. Okay, now it's true that Ibn Taymiyyah, the way he argued, he was quite powerful. To be honest with you, he was quite strong. Perhaps that he could have been better in the language, But Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, he decided to speak like that, whatever reason that appeared to him at that time. But because of this reason, and there are a few other reasons already, Ibn Taymiyyah's people were looking at him differently. Okay, was that a mistake by Ibn Taymiyyah? Allah knows best. But because just before that, he was fine. All the durus was happening. Okay, but as I said to you, sometimes scholars, they have an intention. Okay, he was very sincere in this intention. He thought that this is the best way to approach the sifat. This is the way of the pious predecessors. This is the way of our salaf salihin. Okay, so this is why he thought this is the best way to mention this. But as I said to you, Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, because of this, he was criticized. Okay, and I'm going to mention more inshallah later on. Anyway, another thing Ibn Taymiyyah was doing is that he did not like innovation that were taking place in his area. He saw people are going to the grave frequently, sitting near the grave, spending so much time near the grave. He did not like that. And Imam Ibn Taymiyyah, he quoted the hadith, "Man ra'a minkum munkaran falyughayyirhu biyadi." If anyone sees a munkar, if anyone sees an evil act, then he should change it with his hand. فَإِن لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَبِلِسَانِهِ. If he can't change it with his hand, then he should change it with his tongue. فَإِن لَمْ يَسْتَطِعْ فَبِقَلْبِهِ. If he can't change it with his hand, then he should make a change with his heart. Think about it, how he could make this change. وَذَلِكَ أَضْعَفُ الْإِيمَانِ. That is the least point of Iman. Okay, so therefore he thought it is a duty for me, who has been appointed to be a lecturer, a scholar, a mudarris. Okay, if I see any munkar, I'm going to correct it. Sometimes he will use his hand. Doesn't mean that he's going to punch someone. He will physically go and stop it, because this is not the way to do it. And he was in authority at that time, so he did it. Okay, sometimes he did it with his tongue, and Allah blessed him with a very sharp tongue. Okay, perhaps that he could have used a little bit more hikmah in terms of use better language maybe. Wallahu alam. Yeah. I'm only saying some of the scholars have said that he was quite harsh in his approach, yeah. But that's Ibn Taymiyyah for you, okay. Someone has to be like that as well, yeah. And this is the reason why he had so many enemies. he had so many enemies, or let's just say he had so many opponents. Some of the scholars, they did not like this. What happened as a result of this? Inshallah ta'ala, we will find out when we will come back after the break. So don't go anywhere, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.